at you. I'm gonna do the cut with y'all this morning. Let me fix this camera a little. Bring you down just a tad. About right there. About right there. I'm gonna do the cut of the activated, no, not activated, sorry. I don't know why that's so crooked. Okay. Okay, first things first, is it light enough in here for y'all? Should I open up that blind a little more? I got my cutter here, and I have my 2 loaves here, and a little, just my little tray that I'm gonna put them on. I'm gonna take a rip with you. Cheers. I had a dentist appointment early, so I went to the dentist and did all of that. I've got some dental stuff going on. Let me get some gloves. Okay. Oh, where's my recipe? Yesterday, when I did the live on the making of this soap, I didn't mention that part of the olive oil was infused with chamomile and calendula. So when I got my recipe, yeah, exactly what I did. Exactly what I did. So it's a buttermilk, lavender tea tree with a touch of eucalyptus, with tussa silk, colloidal oats, kaolin clay, on all milk soap. How you doing? How you doing? I'm gonna slide over just a tad because I can't really see. And maybe shift this just a tiny bit. Okay. That's maybe better for me. And let me load this up really quick. Let me load up my bowl with you guys first. I'm not going to use my fingers and touch anything. I'm just going to use this card and put some of my F3 on top. I still haven't given it a name. I can't seem to figure one out. How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you as well. You'll have to excuse me. My neck is still kind of jacked up. How you doing, Dragon? How you doing? Hi, 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 hi. Cheers, everyone. Man, that strain is so good. So, so good. Okay, I hope you can see. Cheers to you, Ganja. How you doing, darling? Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Cynthia. Hi, hi, hi. Thank you so much for coming in, you guys. So it's not 24 hours yet. And you can remember I was telling you in the live how when you spray it, take note at the top of the loaf, how it has a little like whitish tinge to it. That's soda ash. And it's my theory, that if you use alcohol, you're going to get some soda ash. Oh, good. I'm so glad you're getting better. Were you sick, darling? So I'm going to unmold this with y'all. And you can see how easily it comes out. And there she is. One beautiful loaf. But do you see the color on the side versus the top? See how vibrant this color is on the sides, right? And so what happens is when I steam it, the soda ash will come off, and it doesn't hurt anything, right? And I'm going to turn the loaf this way because I don't want to drag that lavender through anything. And let me get a rag. I told you I did some lemon poppy. Oh my God, they're so amazing. My whole house smells like lavender and lemon lavender. That's a new name. Lemon and lavender. And oh, I can't wait to try it. So let's see. Oh, stunning. Look at that girl. I am in love. God. Shizzle. So see, you can tell. You could tell by the bar that it's brighter on the inside than here, right? See how it's like got like a little, I don't know, it's like a haze or something. And I don't like it. I have no glycerin rivers, and I think I figured that out too, so I'm really happy about that. This is going to be a fabulous soap. Please stay on there because that's all I have. Everything else is on a tray already or a rack. And I'm happy to move you, darling, if you'd like. These are going to be ready. What is today, the 19th? 5/19, 6/19. 5/19. Is this May? Yep, it's May. So next month on the 15th, they'll be ready. See how the cream color is and how beautiful they come out? It looks like a dragon. It looks like a dragon mouth. I love looking inside and finding out what I can find in the pictures, because every single bar has a picture. Oh, I love it. I love the swirl. I can't wait to use this. It's dragging a little bit of the lavender, but no drag marks, which I don't like, so I'm happy about that. If I cut it on top with the lavender showing, the lavender would be dragged through each bar and it'll show like a drag line. I mean, you could take that out for sure. Oh, they're beautiful. Just beautiful. So I did a lemon poppy. I did this one with the calendula and chamomile infused oils, and it's a lavender tea tree, and it has a touch of eucalyptus, and it smells just like a heavenly spa bar. Oh, I'm loving that cream. I lose myself in soaping, guys. I cannot help it. Did you just see the intricate swirl on that? They're so beautiful. Ganja, have you been sick, my friend? Have you been sick? Did you get sick with COVID, or did you just have a cold? What's going on, darling? You said you feel better. Your imagination is a powerhouse tool. Yes, baby, it is. That's what I say. It's what I say. I've been doing a lot of research. No chance, huh? That's awesome. Yeah. I just love it. No chance. That's awesome. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Shoot, I went into the nail salon and everybody in there now had their, all their masks off. And I walk in with a mask on. And they're like, are you sick? I'm like, no, I'm not sick. I just thought everybody was still masking up. Minor. Oh. God, just beautiful. Each side is a little bit different. I chose to use this loaf, these two loaves by Brambleberry, because I really adore their loaves. But I wanted to, because this gives me 20 bars, and mine that I made some soap molds, and they make beautiful bars, which I love the shape of so much. But it's only 18 bars, and so I said, well, since I added the isolate, the CBD isolate, I want 20 bars. So I got 20. So lovely. Very good size. Yeah, they're 3.5 by 4. They end up being like 4.5 ounces almost each bar. And what I like about my recipe is that it lasts forever. Anyone that's ever gotten anything from me has purchased soap-wise or any of my products. That's the first thing they say to me is like, does this thing ever end? Because I wanted to try one of the other soaps, but it's like already a month and I'm still not done with the first one. I'm like, they last a long time. So I just make smaller bars too, like sink bars, because I do the same thing. I have a Setsui orange over there, but I have black raspberry vanilla in my shower, and I have avocado rosemary on my sink for my face. Just stunning. Look at the eyeball. There's the pupil, the eye. Do you see it? That's what I do. I get medicated and I look into the pattern and I see what I can see. So there's 10. So let's get this other baby unmolded, shall we? Let's take another rip. What are you all smoking on? I'm glad you're feeling better. Ganja, I can send you remote healing again. You gonna make an order soon? Anytime, honey. Anytime. I think I'm gonna go on Spotify. You know my grandson's a gamer, right? And it's esports. And so my son has an idea for soap for esports. And so we're trying to find a mouse or something I can decorate. Your money's coming soon. Well, sweetheart, if you need something, just reach out to a girl. I'm always here. So I'm gonna unmold this one now. Oh, this one's been a little bit, maybe I didn't loosen it. I just hate pushing on the corners because I don't want to. See how it just loosens up with the suction? I don't like damaged corners. Do you hear the little tap? It's like almost like a little poof. So this hasn't been 24 hours yet. This is the second loaf. So let me wipe this rose or lavender down. Oh my gosh, it smells like heaven. Shit. I want to take a shower now. I think I'm spoiled. I think I am, because I have emulsified sugar scrub in my shower. I have my oatmeal. I have such a beautiful soak that I make that helps with dry skin or eczema or psoriasis, and it's got a lot of herbs in it, so it alleviates pain and sore muscles, and so I have that in there. I have, of course, my baby butt balm that I use for little scrapes or things that I always end up with. I have my RSO salve. I have my cocoa butter, luxurious whipped body butter that I can't seem to stay out of. I had to make another batch for myself yesterday. This one looks slightly different. Slightly different. That's what I love about homemade soaps. The other one is the little different, see the pattern? And sometimes I can get them like a butterfly. Sometimes. But that's just the luck of the pour, you know? Once it's in you pour it, you really don't have any control about where it's gonna go. And all you can do is pour. And I think that's what the fun about it is being able to just do it and then wait. I can't wait to unmold it to see what I have. I have a wholesale lotion order I have to make up in the next week or so, because my wholesale order for the baby soap is going out to them on the 8th of next month. And so she's ordered 30 ounces of lotion, 10 baby butt balm, and 10 baby soaps, because I do baby soaps and yoni soaps for postpartum moms, you know, that are breastfeeding or, you know, have tender nipples, or they need a yoni soap to bring the pH back to normal after they've had a baby. And so I do those, and she owns a little thrift store that's just for children. You know how children, when they're babies, my son would not outgrow a thing and probably only wore it once or twice, and it was like brand new. And you know, we used to trade them with one another in the neighborhood because everybody had a different age child. So she has a lot of beautiful stuff in there, and a lot of moms go in there and buy stuff for their babies. And so she wanted to have the baby's line of soap and the butt balm and the mom's soap and lotion available for them. And I thought that was really nice of her. So she placed her order last month, and I made everything up. I love this swirl. Now, if I wanted to try to replicate that, because I did not use a hanger, I probably won't be able to. That's what, another thing that's wonderful about it is that everything handmade is just slightly a little different. I love it. I love this. I'm looking for a cure rack, like a baker's rack. The baker's rack is cheap. It's not the baker's rack, it's the damn trays that go in it that's expensive. The baker's rack I can get cheap, and Lowe's has something similar. I love that. Look how it dips down in there. Beautiful. No glycerin rivers. Way to go, Cheryl. Those glycerin rivers have been the life of me. They've just been the life of me. Oh, God, I want to use this. I want to use this. My goodness. I appreciate you guys sharing the cut with me. If you would like to get some soap or products from me, right now until my new website, Spotify, is done, because I'm uploading everything now and that's time consuming, you can find me at Star's Little Soap Shed on Instagram, and you can see all the products because I post them there and usually put all the available dates. And if you're looking for something specific, I do like a wholesale loaf, like this loaf that I just unmolded. It's 10 bars. And let's say you have lavender or some scent that's your favorite, and you just get a loaf of 10. And it's cheaper because it's wholesale. And know that it's a 4-week cure. I won't ship it for 4 weeks. And I don't usually make wholesale orders unless they're paid up front because I've been burnt on too many. It's just part of the business. That's going to be a bigger one. I'm going to take that one for myself. I never get any for myself. I love it. Each one is just a tiny bit different. Just a tad different. This one's a little bigger. I even, look at the wave. It looks like a wave. Whoosh, like a wave. This one I'll keep for myself. It's a little bit bigger. I don't mind giving people bigger bars, but it's got a little mess up on the bottom, and I probably could plane it off. But I want to try one of this new isolate that I'm using, because I got a new isolate that I'm trying, and I really, really loved it in the lotion and the body butter. And after I applied it, it was about 40 minutes. I could tell that I had used a topical that had medication in it, right? And so I was really happy with the results of it. I'll show you the body butter. Let me just wipe this down and move it out of the way. All this beautiful lavender. I did not lose very much at all. Maybe 8 pieces. Wow. That's great. Okay. Let me grab that real quick. I used this isolate in a body butter, and then I make a balm, a Neem Balm. It's got my finger mark in there, I'm sorry. Neem Balm is really good for rashes and eczema, psoriasis, itchy skin. And when you apply it, it stops it instantly. But it's also really great for like cuts and scrapes and things like that. So I always keep myself one when I make it. So I made mine infused because I don't use it very often, but when I do, I want my stuff infused. And so this is the body butter. I'll show you. I'm going to get the other one because I don't really want to dig in this one, because this is my new one I just made for myself. I just want to show you the texture because I nailed this recipe, because I figured out what I could put in it, because a lot of people like body butter, but they don't like the greasiness. That's me. So I found this beautiful product and a new method, cold process method. Go figure, just like soaping. If you don't heat up shea butter, right, it doesn't get crumbly. It doesn't get, you know, flaky. Well, this recipe came out like marshmallows. So I made a 7 ounces for myself because I seem to go through it like butter. But this is what it looks like. And there's no way you're going to be able to use that much. And what I like about this is that it, when you first put it on, you'll see that it has that greasiness look to it, right? Like if you're using a body butter. But in 2 minutes, it's completely gone and you can drive your car. Not even 2 minutes. This is a dragon fruit pear that I made. And I used a really beautiful isolate. But see how it's a little, you can see I put something on, right? In a few minutes, you'll see how quickly it absorbs. And it's like a marshmallow texture. And I love this. And now, I don't know about you, but any woman that doesn't like a body butter, or even a guy, and then it not to be greasy, and like I do a farmer's soap for men, and it has like pumice in it for like the mechanics and things. They love this, but they don't like the greasy feel either. That's been their biggest complaint at any of my shows, right? Is that I would use that every day if it didn't feel so greasy. And I'm like, I'm with you. I'm so with you. I have had footprint marks all around my kitchen from putting it on and walking around. And I'd say, I'm going to go on a little hunt and see if I can't find some way to allow this stuff to absorb better. Now you see how it's dry? It's dry. Right here on my arm, it's dry. But you still have the moisture of the body butter, but no greasy. You can snap your finger, you can smoke your bong, you can load your pipes, whatever. So I like to take I make this soak for the bathtub. And I take about 2 tablespoons of that, and it's made with oatmeal and some other things, and put it in the tub and get one of my bath bombs, one of my soaps, my body butter, light some candles, take a little glass of wine in there, a nice tube, turn some soft music on, and take a nice bath. I mean, come on. That's a spa all day long. That is a spa all day long. Do you want to see the lemon poppy ones I did? These are the lemon poppy. See the poppy seeds in them? So it's a mild exfoliant. It's lemongrass. It's an all essential oil, natural soap. Oh gosh, smells like heaven. Do you see the pattern, how this mold right here is different than this mold? This is square and this is not. See? I like the rounded corners because then I don't have to plane as much soap off, right? And then this is a really beautiful size bar. It fits in your hand. And this to me it's a big chunky bar, but people like big chunky bars. So this one I like, and this one is my favorites. Like you can tell, and this is a mold I made, but it only does 18. And see how there's soda ash right here? You can see the white right there. And there's none on this side. That's from, I have it on my cure rack like that, and I sprayed the top right here, just like I said, with rubbing alcohol, 99%. Look, it comes off, it's harmless. And then I made these little tulips. See it on the tulip, how it's right there on the tulip? And when I steam them, it'll all come off before I package them. And these are the sink soaps that match the lemon poppy. So the lemon poppy, I really love that. It's going to be a really beautiful 2-color green and yellow. I want to try this. But see on the top how it's white? From when I sprayed it in the mold. I'm telling you, I'm not going to use it alcohol anymore to spray. I'm just going to pop it. And I have no glycerin rivers in this one either. I'm really happy at the way that they've turned out. So, what are you all doing? Did everyone have a fabulous Easter? I didn't even need to cut any of those. I was gonna, plane them if I needed to, but that's gonna go like that. See? You can snap your fingers. And this is beautiful. If you like work in the yard, and then the baby butt balm is a little different. It has a barrier on it, which creates a barrier for the baby when they have diaper rash, so that it doesn't irritate them anymore. So when they apply the baby butt balm, it keeps the moisture off of the child. It really is a beautiful product. I like it. I'm not a baby anymore, but I always keep one in my bathroom because it's good for a rash. It's good for anything. A cut. One time I went to the salon and I got my nails, manicured around my nails, and they cut it too short and it was sore, and I put some on it, it was gone. These are the littler buds from my F3, and I thought, well, you might as well start smoking them. I don't know what I want to grow next. I know I have to grow my medicine, and so I'm going to decide. As soon as this one's done, I'll decide. Are you growing anything? Anybody growing anything? Anybody know of any fabulous new strains? Or anything that's worth putting in the soil? That there's a whole shit ton of them, I know. Sorry I look so terrible. I just left the dentist. You know how they are. They have you opening your mouth every 5 fucking minutes, right? And they were doing these molds and these impressions, and she was filing this tooth, and I'm like, just looking out the window, all I could do. Just do. It was fun. I don't like the dentist, can you tell? I mean, they're nice people, don't get me wrong. I never have cared for dental work. And maybe that's why my teeth are so shitty. Maybe that's why I've had such dental issues my entire life. Because my my inability to take care of them. It's funny, my brothers, two of my brothers never brush their teeth. Shit, my mother used to tell them all the time, brush your teeth, brush your teeth, brush your teeth. And they'd leave and not do it and go to school, right? My sister and I brush the shit out of our teeth. No, it's actually Brenda and Ronnie. Brenda and Ronnie didn't brush their teeth. And Tony and I brushed our teeth religiously. And Tony and I got the dental issues, and Brenda and Ronnie got none. I'm like, what the fuck is that all about? But they're both really tall. And Ronnie's really tall. I'm the shortest. I'm the fucking shortest. I'm really only like 5'6". I want a big ass tall burly man. I want a big ass fucking someone that can pick me up, carry me away. Someone strong. You know? See? Look at that. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I'm like in love with this product, and it's a estrate is what it is. It's an estrate, and it's really easy to source, and it's really cheap to buy. And I didn't know about it. I'm like, y'all are coming up with all these new things. And I'm research everything. I get Gail's email and her newsletter each month. And she's the one that keeps us abreast on laws and things like that, you know, for labeling and stuff. And she's very, very knowledgeable, and she gives us a lot of great tidbits each time she sends us our paper each month, our newsletter. But there are so many products. It's like I do my own vitamin C. I didn't know this, but when I first started making skincare products for myself, like vitamin C and that type of thing, I would buy it, right? And vitamin C, I was like, okay, so here's the normal dose for vitamin C. Let me get some vitamin C that's supposedly supposed to be really good, has a good review on it. And you know, when I tested the product, one, the whole bottle didn't even have the recommended dose, individual usage dose. The whole bottle didn't even have it in it. And I'm like, where's the vitamin C? And that's how they get you when you buy vitamin C or retinol, right? So I make my own retinol, my own vitamin C. 10 times better than anything I get in any dermatology's office. Yeah. And it's half the cost. And then I just add some ceramides, which we all know our skin loves. Add some tretinool and some other little great products like some zinc oxide that helps breakouts and eczema and psoriasis and flaky dry skin, right? And you got yourself a beautiful skincare line of your own. But for me to sell that stuff, I would have to be labeled under FDA. And the labeling is very stringent. And I don't know about you, but if you ever tried to Google what it takes to make just a sunscreen, the process is actually not too bad once you get it down, but it's a lot of steps to it. And then I'm like, to go through all those steps and to be on that stringent of a platform, I'll stay as a soap shed, and I will claim that my soap will wash you and make you so clean, right? I'm not gonna claim that it does anything else. It's a beautiful product, and it'll clean you like a baby's butt. Y'all can make your own assumption. I don't do any claiming. Like I have clients that say, well, you know, my son's been using your Healing Hands wash and the lotion, and his eczema's gone. I think it's good. You should market this as removing eczema. No, if I market it as removing eczema, then I fall under FDA. It'll make your son's face as soft as a baby's butt. That's what I say. I need to put a page up, and I think there's a spot on Spotify where people that have purchased your products can leave a review. And there's been so many people that have said, where can I leave a review? Well, when my site went down, because I didn't want to pay GoDaddy another phenomenal amount to do it, so did all my content that was on the website. So it just went like you went to bed and you woke up the next day and it was gone. It was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? So I'm gonna do Spotify, I think. I'll still do my RSO and my salves and things like that for people. I'll still do that on a personal basis, you know, on my soap shed. I won't be marketing any of that because my city is behind. I mean, they're behind the 8 ball, but they're trying to get it done. And until they get it done, there isn't anything I can do except keep making the product, right? And so I sell that product under my Star Delta Grow line, right? Because I'm licensed grower for that line. And so I can take on a collective and grow, and I can provide a substance with track seed to sale, right? And that client can say, hey, I want you to make, you know, lotions. I want you to make soaps. I want you to make this. I want you to make that. They don't have to say, they don't have to be handed a bag, right? Of, you know, quarter pound, whatever you're growing for them. They can ask you, and if, you know, I don't do it for everybody, but some people will ask me to just keep it, break it down, and then make them what they want for their shop or what they want, right? And so I do that. And that way they carry the insurance risk on the overhead in their retail market, but they can see a lab and a licensed grower and the seed to sale track on the product. So it's a win-win until my city gets its ass in gear. Because, you know, it's not cheap to get licensing to even distribute. Let's say you're not going to sell it on a retail, right? Because that falls under different. They have me fucking coming or going, don't they? And I don't know about you guys, but have you seen the sales of cannabis dropped? Has it dropped in your area, the sales of cannabis? Cheers, everyone. May 17th, these will be ready to ship. And, you know, some people will say, well, give me 2 body butters, 3 or 4 soaps, and an RSO salve. And they know, you know, based on whatever date I tell them, because there's various dates, and I already have some soaps like that ready. You know, you just have to look on the site and see on my Instagram until I get it all uploaded. And I've got 4, I have 4 crates. Thank God I still have a bunch of pictures downloaded on a zip drive because, well, it won't matter because that product is gone. That irritates me. I have to start the whole thing from scratch. I don't know a better way. Do y'all know a better way? Does anybody know a better way? I do not care for the back end, as you can tell. I want to be right in the heart of the kitchen, right where the sink is, and all of the suds and all of the oils, and making it right. Somebody sent me a book. I might be getting it confused with another book that was sent to me, but it was similar to a business, right? Opening, and it was about a woman who did pies. And she loved pies. That was her thing, you know. Her grandmother taught her how to do pies, and she really enjoyed doing pies. I don't have a website anymore because I hosted GoDaddy for 5 years, and I only made like 29 sales off their site. They claimed they were going to market and do all these things for the fee I gave them, and it didn't happen. So when I attained my name, you know, because my little soap shed name is branded, and it's my name, and it's my business, so you can't have my name. I'm going to keep my name, and I'll find another platform. And it seems people are going to Spotify, and I know there's a monthly fee, and I believe there's a percentage of whatever is sold. I don't think it's very much, but there's gals that have had my stuff in their hair salon. Let's say a hairstylist. She had my activated charcoal and rosemary avocado and something else. And she was selling my bars for $10 a piece. While clients came to get their hair done, they would see them. And then she would tell them about them, and then they would come back and buy them. And she said they sold like crazy. I don't sell my bars for $10 a piece. I'm like, that is so good. I'm so happy for you that you're making at least, shit, that's a huge profit on her markup on her side. And that's what it's all about. But that's when she said, well, maybe you should charge me more. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. Because I'm charging you honestly the source, the local prices I get at my rate at the time I make the product for you. And why would I charge you more for something I'm not paying more for? And you are going to eventually make it up in volume, because you're going to come back and say, now I don't want just 10, I want 60 bars or 100 bars. And so the volume is, and the quality of the product is what's important to me. The overhead, as long as I'm making my overhead for making it and my oils and butters, I'm not going to gouge anybody. Why? It's not necessary. It's not necessary. I don't believe that. I don't believe in doing business that way. I believe in giving someone a quality product that speaks for itself, and I don't need to say anything. Just buy the product and let it speak for itself, and I guarantee you will come back. Guaranteed. Unless you've got some really weird fetish or you have an allergy to one of the items I have in it. Because everything is pretty much natural and organic. People say, well, can I use anything what can I get that's organic or all natural? I say, well, you can pretty much use any of my soaps across the line. But if you're wanting an unscented, maybe one that has extra calendula or chamomile, let's say, to soothe your skin, then you want this. But other than that, straight across the board, anything I make is all that same way. And to be quite honest with you, I can't tell half the fucking time. Remember, if I infuse the chamomile and calendula in the back. I know I have a bunch of the oil done and infused, so I can't tell you in every single batch how many ounces I've added, because each one will vary. Like this one, I used 10 ounces out of 19 total olive oil. 10 of those ounces were chamomile and calendula infused olive oil, right? Which takes, you could do it on a stove easily in maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. But I like to do the slow. I put it in a big ass jar and I pour a ton of olive oil in it. And whenever I need it, I just use it. And I do that with mullein. I do that with arnica. I do that with lavender. I do that with rosemary. I do that with chamomile and calendula and any of them. The rosemary too. Like the rosemary I use is off the backyard, and I just I try it on a dehumidifier thing, like for food. But I'm working on it, so you can tell I hate the back end. I'd rather be making and creating. But I'm doing the back end. I'm doing it. I'm learning it. Cheers. Like I have an order that I'm going to drop off, and I want to do some, like, maybe I'll do something like a recipe card size. A little bit bigger than a 3x5, maybe a 4x8. Like one of the recipe ones that you do when you're cooking. And I will put on there the added ingredients that I use and how I source my products and how they're organic and why I put my product above others. Because people will ask me that question all the time. What makes your product different? I don't know. Other than what I put in my product, which is on the back. And other than that, I don't know. I don't know what you've been using, and I don't know what's been in those products. So it's kind of hard for me to say something like that. I'm like, I don't know. I just know what works for the little soap shed and what I've gotten with feedback, and I love making them. I can't help myself. I have like, how many fucking loaves do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 loaves on the cure rack right now. I would really like to be making 300 bars a week. That's what my goal is, to make 300 a week. So if you know of another way and you have experienced it, please, by all means, share. Etsy's the same. You could sell a lot of stuff on Etsy. They take a percentage. It's free to join. And I have not uploaded any soaps except maybe one on my Etsy account. I didn't think it was as big as it was. But when you go to Etsy and you use the search bar and you type in soap, handmade soap, gazillion of them come up. Gazillion. How do you fucking make a choice? I couldn't make a choice. I got 3 bars that I'm going to test from someone else. I don't want to show you the name until I do it, because this one, is that on there glued? Oh, it's on there. This one is aloe and cucumber. And they have their ingredients on the back like that, and their name of their company and their website on the front. And And that's an aloe and cucumber. I like this. See the packaging difference? This is like a little box. And the ingredients start there and they come around to, and then you have to have that for retail, right? You have to have that for retail. I don't have that. I could get that. And this one is called Butt Naked. And then the other one I picked out to try is lavender. And so I'm going to try them. Oh, you probably already saw the name on the back. Shit. So this is coconut and olive oil, for instance. And they're wrapped in saran wrap. They're fucking wrapped in saran wrap. It smells delicious. Maybe I should wrap mine in saran wrap. But what, and then this fits down in it. But this is a coconut and olive oil soap. I do an olive oil soap, a pure Bastille soap, olive oil soap. But olive oil soap takes 6 months to cure. Coconut and olive oil, she probably has a good 4 or 5 month cure on this because they're coconut and olive. So that means right off the bat, to me, it's going to be a softer bar because there's no butters. There's no shea butter. There's no cocoa butter. There's no mango. There's no castor. There's no... She's beautiful packaging. Well, I wonder where she got those. Those are really cool. I got to put that on my product to be in retail, right? But I see something on that bar right there. Do you see it? I don't know what that is. Oh, it just looks like it's darker there, where it cured darker there. And she has a stamp on her soap. I'm looking into buying a stamp. I really want to try this butt naked one. And she's one of the top marketers in this area. She's in a lot of retails. You know, that's why she has the barcode. She's in a lot of retails and she makes beautiful product, and I've never tried it. Cheers. So I want to try her product. Olive oil, canola oil, coconut oil, sodium hydroxide, colorant TD, and fragrance, okay? So she's using some canola oil and coconut oil. So it's going to be a softer soap because those are all soft oils. Those are soft oils. I use soft oils, but I also combined butters, shea butter, cocoa butter, mango butter, some other types of different butters. It just depends on the recipe, but every single recipe I have has shea and cocoa. Every single one. Castor, coconut. I will use grown here in California, Palm Sustainable. It's grown here in California and certified. I will use that. I use a shit ton of olive oil, and I use a shit ton of coconut oil, and I use a lot of castor, and I use sodium lactate. I didn't see any sodium lactate. I use TD2, and of course I use lye, because you can't make soap without lye. And this is an aloe and cucumber. Aloe and cucumber. So I think lavender, lemongrass, poppy, black raspberry, vanilla, those scents are good sellers. But it seems that she has the same, I don't know, I'm gonna have to go look at her website and see. She may have other soaps too, or other products. I'm sure she has other products or candles or something. She's a really sweet person too. I see her at the events all the time. So I went over to her table and I'm like, I gotta buy some of your soap because I have to try out my competitor. And she goes, oh, Warren, I'm not your competitor. She goes, there's enough room for all of us. I thought that's a beautiful attitude. That's not how most are. Most are sneaking over to see what you got, to see how they can outdo you. And I don't mind. I love it. I love the competition, and I welcome it. I think it's just power for the course, right? It's just part of the name, part of the product that you do, and I love doing it. But I don't treat people that way. And so I was really refreshing to hear her say that. And I said, that's refreshing. That's so sweet. I said, I still want to try your products. I said, what are 3 of your good best bars? And I said, I think I'll do that one, that one, and that one. And so I bought 3 to try. And then I went to the other girl that was there. What was her soaps? They were all naked. Naked meaning they didn't have packaging. They were naked. Like this. And she did like a really pretty packaging. Some people like to have a naked soap and they can smell it and pick it up. I just me, and it might be the nursing in me, I do not want everyone fingering my soap. If I want to put this on sample, I'll cut it up and put samples, right? And I'll let them do that. But you're not going to finger everyone else's soaps. And at events, people pick up product. They want to see what you have. They look at things. It's inevitable that they always open jars. Like on my body butters that I do, they're like, and I'm like, there's samples right here. Every time you open that, it's a potential risk for bacteria. So I said, I'm gonna fix that. And I now have a band that goes around it up here and it seals. And so they can't do that. But then I leave product this size on the table. And so they can come over and I have little spoons and they can take some out of it, right? And it works really well. Or I'll use containers like this and then I'll have a sample thing of soaps for them to smell if they want to do that too. It's just, it's an individual, like, I think. I think it's what you like. It's what you want, what you think works for you. It's like she said, there's room for everyone. I love showing people how to make soap and make some of these products because then they can do it for themselves. And it's so fun if that's your thing, if you like doing that. Like little girls, at one of the events, they were talking about a little girl. She was 11, and she put up a lemonade type stand on the corner. But she wasn't selling lemonade. She was selling soap. And they bought her out. It was so damn cute. I'm like, Man, that is adorable. Could you imagine if you taught your daughter to do this, or even your son? Men make soap too. Men like making soap too. You'd be surprised how relaxing it is to make it, and it's addicting. It's very relaxing. So both sexes endure making it, and they sold her out. They sold her out. I was like, way to go. That is amazing. And she still makes soap today, but she's a big company now. To have a vision like that at 11, I'm just going to go open up a lemonade stand on the corner over here. But I'm not going to sell lemonade, damn it. I'm going to sell soap. Tell me every parent that drove by there did not stop and just out of the damn pure essence that she was 11 years old and made all that product, they didn't buy a soap. They did. You know they did. And I would have bought the whole fucking thing too. I would have been like, what, can you just give me what you have left? Just give me what you have left. Because I know your 11-year-old is tired. Because I'm fucking a grown woman and I get tired sometimes. Is that not the cutest damn story? I have to load this up a little bit more and then I'm going to get my little silly butt out of here because I need to eat something. And I'm trying to be really diligent about eating, and I got to go for another job interview because I have to keep the roof over my head, and I can't give up. I got to keep going. Cheers. I'm excited to see what doors open for me. I'm excited to see what the universe has to offer me. And so the sky is the limit. That's what I say. I'm really unhappy with this damn soda ash. Thank God I know it comes off. And it's harmless. It's harmless. It's soda ash. Your soap's curing on the cure rack will get soda ash. It's part of the process. But when you steam it, it all comes off. So I'll put all those back on the steam rack. Cheers. Or on the cure rack. And then before I package everything, they get one final steam. And see the body butter, how there's no oiliness? It depends on the form. It depends on the form in which you're housing it in. If it's a jar, it's going to begin to degrade and turn to CBN after 4 months, being in the jar or being in a bag that's not airtight, right? But if you have a isolate, you can store an isolate for a long time. You can house tinctures that you've processed for a very long time, especially if you've housed them the way I do with alcohol. And so you can, and if you're storing them properly, each modality is a little bit different. So it depends on what you want, how you like to administer it, and what is the best route for you and most effective for you as a patient. And then do that, figure out which one is best for you and do that. Because even like using, if I do a CBD soap, straight up CBD, right? With the other additives and butters that I use, but I'm talking just straight CBD. I get no psychoactive from it, right? I get a very, I don't get anything really when I do the CBD soap because it's not on my skin long enough, right? But if I do an isolate in a body butter or in a bath salt or in a soap that's not just CBD, I did an oatmeal bath and my whole oatmeal thing is infused. The soap I used was infused. I had to go to bed. I had to go to bed. Oh, that's good. So is since 2017? Well, that's 5 years. I mean, what are you storing it in? And here's the thing. it doesn't matter. I remember smoking what I used to call dirt weed, and if it's serving its purpose for you, it don't matter. It doesn't matter. If when you medicate with it, it helps alleviate the symptoms that you're experiencing, who cares if you've had it 7 years or 10 years? Nobody cares, right? Just for 10 years, you've had it you're in a jar for 5 years. So it's maybe degraded to a CBD, to a CBN, which is more along the lines of it's a potent one though, because it breaks down into a CBN, into a CBD. It'll break down over a period of time. And so maybe that is a component in cannabis that's working for you, and that's why it's helped you and it's been satisfactory to you. I tell people, it doesn't matter, whatever works for you. You have to figure out what works for you. Like, I can't do sativa. If I do sativa, I'm all antsy and shaky, and it makes me actually have anxiety, and I don't like that feeling. I'm already up, right, from the field that I was in. So I don't really care for that. I have to have a heavier indica or a hybrid. But that's just me. Other people like sativa, and it helps them to socially do better. It gives them activity. It makes them feel more alive. And I can see why, because it makes me very anxious. You know, so whatever works for you. Just microdose, keep it out of the hands of children. Properly label it. Check your federal and your state municipalities. They're two different ones, right? Don't just check your state, because if you go to state and then you put it in one of the stores at the state and the feds walk in, you might not be federally legal. So check that. And I know there's changes. I noticed that people are talking about cannabis prices have come down. And I think they're talking about the smokable. Smokable, contrary to what everybody thinks, is not the number one way to medicate. It's not. Vaping was the last I looked. And I don't particularly care for vaping because I don't like the chemical compound they have to use to break the cannabis down to allow it to be combustible in a vape, right? And it's too damn hot. And so I don't like what it does to my lungs because it makes me congested. So for me, vaping is not good. Even if my bong gets too dirty, I have to clean it out because I can't smoke out of it. Even this, I cleaned out yesterday, and look how dirty it is already. And that's from the F3. And that's all resin. That's all, you know. Do you remember when we were in high school and we were smoking those metal pipes with metal screens? Fuck, we were smoking metal then. Shit, this is a far cry from what we were smoking then. Cheers. I mean, I'm aging myself, but that's the truth. How many times did you scrape a metal bowl? I know, I personally scraped a metal bowl lots of times. So, you guys, I appreciate you so much for coming in. If you guys want anything, you can follow me over at Stars Little Soap Shed at Instagram. You can leave a comment down on any of the soaping that I have. You can leave or send me an email. Those are always in my About section. Make sure you're 18 or older if you're on this live. Otherwise, you can't be here because COP is upheld. Nothing is sold or illegal, dangerous activities held here. I'm licensed in my state and in my municipality of California. And I hold a license as a patient. So make sure that safety is number one when you're any type of consumption you're using. Properly labeling it, keeping it out of the hands of children and pets, contrary to what people think. Pets, you know, I gave my dog one time some scrambled eggs that I forgot I had medicated, and I came home and I thought he was dead. So don't over-medicate your pets just because it's a funny thing to do, and don't leave it out where they can get it, especially parrots or birds that you have loose or any reptiles in your house or anything like that. Not good. Keep it away from them. They have these really beautiful little boxes for like 10 bucks. You can get it Rite Aid, and they have a key and a combo if you want to, and you can put them on top of your refrigerator. So safety first, right? And if you want anything, reach out to me or email me. I'm happy to do a wholesale order, or if you have a storefront and you want to put some of my products in your storefront, let me know. Or review a product, I'm happy to do it. I'm gonna do a video on Blue Planet Nutrients. I have my box, my new sponsor box has come, and I have some great news. I have some great news to give you about my nutrients, so I'll save it for the video, and I really am pleased about it. So then I'll let you guys know at the time what I'm popping, what the new babies are I'm popping, and for now I'm gonna go have some lunch, and I'm gonna go look get this interview and see how it goes. So wish me luck. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for the request, Ganja, and I appreciate that. I'll check it on Star's Little Soap Shed. You can go over there, or you can follow me at Starlet19952 on IG. Just know that that's more of my personal page if you want to follow me on any of my personal things. And the other one is more for the business until Spotify gets put up. Thank you so much. I hope you feel better, darling. Stay down, drink lots of fluids, and take care of yourself. Namaste, everybody. I love you so much.